welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette with Morphe. So this is not my first impressions and review like I usually do. I have used this palette a couple of times. It's so pretty. I love bright colours, I love pinks and purples, and that's what really drew me to this palette, as I don't myself follow Jaclyn Hill. Especially this bottom two rows is so pretty to me. And just looking at it visually, I can see a lot of different looks coming together in the palette. So I've used this twice so far. The first time I did a fairly dark smoky look, and the second time I did sort of like a purple cut crease. Today I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I will start off by swatching some of these shades for you and then we'll get into it. Okay, so I've swatched the majority so far on my arm. There's heaps. They have really good pigment quality. The hardest ones to show up were these first couple of shades because they're so pale. This second one is the I'm in it. This shimmery sort of shade. I thought it was just a shimmery white, but it's actually got a pink tone to it. So it's like a pink iridescent, which is quite nice. My favourites actually are this one and these reds. I'm also really liking the orange and the yellow. The shimmers so far are all really nice as well. I'm going to wipe these off and swipe on the rest of the palette. And here are the rest of the shades. So the pinks and purples are absolutely my favourite. These shades here, the camera just doesn't do them justice. They have so much pigment and they're so pretty. These nice dark shades as well, like having some really beautiful deep shades before you get to the black, I think is so important in a palette that's really colourful. Yeah, I really like them all. So I really like all of the shades in this palette. My biggest sort of feedback would be that the brown shades are all very similar, and like on my eyelid they all sort of just blend into each other and just become one sort of neutral brown. I think an even lighter shade of brown would have been nice. They're all, yeah, they're very similar. There's a couple of like orange warm tone browns and a couple of cool tone browns at the top, so that's nice to go in with like the warm and cool tone pinks and purples. And I like that it is a combination of warm and cool tone bright colours, because not everyone suits a warm tone, not everyone suits a cool tone. But yeah, I've done a couple of looks so far with this palette and I like the way that they turned out. The pigment on the eyelid is even better than the pigment on my arm. So I'm going to prime my eyelids and then get started. Using my P. Louise base in shade 2, I just take a fluffy brush . I've already done the rest of my makeup, so I'm just going to take a small dome brush and pat a little bit of extra powder under my eye, just for any eyeshadow fallout. I'm going to start with my Morphe M573 brush and the shade Perfectionist, this one here. And this is going to be sort of a transition, creasy type shade. Now that that's blended, I'm going to take Heart On, this one here, just with my Morphe M166, which is sort of like a flat brush, and just sort of along my crease, and pack that on. Going back with my M573, just blending out those edges a little bit. And then with my M456, using the Next Deepest Red shade, Living My Best, This one has little glitter flecks through it, which you can't really notice, but I want to use it to deepen up the outer corner. I don't usually like putting anything with glitter or shimmer on the outer corner, but I really like this shade. Actually, I might do a little bit of a spotlight eye, so I'll do it in this corner as well. That had so much pigment. Using my JS12, I want to blend out my red into the brown a little bit better. I'm going to use Thick Skin, this corner one here. And it's a lot more precise rather than my usual blending of just sort of everywhere. Because I just want that line to be a little bit less harsh. I just realised that I wasn't zoomed in, so here we go. Next I'm going to cut the crease, so I'm doing a spotlight eye, which is exactly as it sounds, it's just a spotlight on the centre of the eye. I don't like taking it up the whole, oh no, maybe I'll take it up the whole way. I don't usually I just go to the crease. That was using my Morphe M421. Now with my M522, using the shade Right or Dangerous. And then, as always, I sort of try to blend that so it doesn't look like quite a line. I've decided that I really don't like having the spotlight all the way up, and I now know why I never do it that way. Because it looks dumb. I don't think I can fix it. My eye's going patchy again. I had this problem with a palette a couple of weeks ago. Just here. I wonder if it's my P. Louise base, because I never used to have this problem with concealer. I might use a different base on this eye and see if the patchiness goes away. Imagine that, spending the most money I've ever spent on a base and it being the one that my eye doesn't like. I actually think I want to deepen up more, maybe using some of the black. I might first go in with this shade here, Crazy, before using the black, just in case this is enough. Using my JS12 again for that. Yeah, there's just a big patch of nothing. This is really disappointing. This whole eye is just looking like trash. Gross. Okay, so I'm gonna put some P. Louise base over the patchiness and see if that helps. I'm also going to make the spotlight slightly wider in the hopes that that also helps, and just bring the P. Louise base right up to that shimmer so I can cover that up. So I'm basically starting again with my eye. I'm really glad I didn't use black because I didn't want it too deep. I think the Crazy has given me a nice depth. I hate how patchy it is looking though, because these eyeshadows are nice. I'm blaming my stupid eye for the patchiness. Okay, I'm not in love with it. I'm going to do a liner. I'm not going to do a wing, just a line. For my lower lash line, I think I will do probably just a deep red along the bottom. I will use my Morphe E36 and I'm going to go first in with the Heart On, which was the first shade that I used on my eyelid, which is just, it sort of looks pink, but it is red. And then using my JS9, I'm just smoking that out a little bit. And then just deepening that up with Living My Best. I like to use quite often when I'm doing like the same top as bottom. I do use a few shades. You can just do one shade, but I'd rather layer it and not make it too dramatic right off the bat in case that's not what I actually wanted. And then just a little bit of Crazy just along the lash line. I'm gonna go off camera, do my other eye and add lashes, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm all done. I did the other eye off camera, added lashes, I've done my lips. So I do like this eye better, other than my little inner corner liner, which it was a thing I tried today. I don't know if I like it or not. Yeah, I don't know. But overall I like the eye look. I'm going to zoom in again. Look at that out. So overall I quite like it. The shimmer worked better on this eye because I didn't have to do 2 lots of concealer. I used the Mecca Max Transformer Nude Eye Primer for this eye, and last time I used it, it really stung my eye, but this time I just went, instead of using the applicator straight to my eye, which I did last time, I put it on the back of my hand and used the big fluffy brush, which made a big difference. And yeah, there was no patchiness on this eye, so I don't know what I did with my P. Louise base on this one because it didn't really work very well. But this one was fine, and yeah, the shimmer shade came up a lot nicer. But yeah, overall I think the palette was great. So I've used it a couple of times, as I said before. I can see myself using this palette all the time. It's got some beautiful shades. I realised that there was no green or blue shades in there. So if you really like green or blue, then obviously this doesn't have it. But this is quite a nice look. It's very sort of classic shape for me. I used the Mineral Glow lashes in the style Isla. Kind of just like a wispy natural sort of lash. And the Jeffree Star X Morphe shade Mannequin. So yeah, thank you for watching my video. I really enjoyed playing with this palette again. I really love it. I think I will do more videos on other looks I can create with this palette. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.